Hi, this is Cherie, and I do want to talk about the sixth habit in my book, which is meditation. My book is entitled Seven Powerful Habits to Spiritually Prepare for the Storms of Life, Body, Mind, Soul, and Spirit. Meditation, something I actually just learned how to really do, is almost going on a year now. I actually ran into a young lady that performed midnight meditation every Sunday night, and this was back in November of 2013. And it was just by happenstance, I was just ready to write the sixth habit, which is meditation, that God had given me to write about. So I prayed to God and I said, okay, Lord, I've heard about meditation. I've read a little bit about it. I've seen shows about it, but I really haven't experienced it myself. And I'm the type of person, if I'm going to write about something or I'm going to share something with others, I want to have that experience myself, because how can I talk about something I've never experienced? So just so happened this young lady came across my path right after I prayed about that, and she was doing midnight meditation at midnight every Sunday night. And I joined in on this. Okay, Lord, this is my opportunity to join in on to actually experience it and see how it is. You want me to write about it. In order to write about it, I need to know exactly what it does. How deep does it go? So I joined into meditation. She led the meditation. I mean, there were people all around the world that was on this line, and we did the midnight meditation for 45 minutes, and we did it every Sunday. And it's like we was doing it every Sunday the whole time I was writing this book. She was doing the meditation, and all of a sudden when I got to the end of the book, it stopped. So I knew that was from God, that he led her to me so that I can learn, because that's something I asked him, if you want me to write about it, I need to experience it. And what I can say about meditation, it is so powerful. It is so powerful, and it's something that we definitely need to apply to our lives as believers of God, because we're not taught about it. In our churches, we're not taught about meditation because we look at it as some mystical, out of this world type of thing, but really it's not. God tells us in his word to meditate on my word day and night. That's meditation. So he asks you to meditate on his word day and night. That's something that he requires for us to do. That's a habit that he wants us to have, to meditate, to be able to focus on his word and know what his word is all about. So with meditation, what it actually did for me, it actually gave me peace in my soul during the storms that I was going through. Right now, I can tell you more about it. In the book, I can only tell you how it worked and what the process is with meditation, and give you different scriptures on it. I did write about the young lady that I did meet, gave you a little, brief information about that to let you know what that was all about and how that came about. But at the time, I really hadn't experienced it to the level that I've experienced it. And it's been almost a year. Here we are in October 2014. November 2014 will be a year since I've been practicing this and making it a part of my life and applying it to everything else that I do when it comes to focusing on God and what he's doing in my life. Meditation is just it's so remarkable to me. I can think of days when times where I do get overwhelmed. We do get overwhelmed with life. And with my life right now, it has changed so much, and God is doing such a major transition and transformation in my life. I'm in a place I've never been in before, never experienced before, don't know who to talk to about it. With the transition that's going on, the transformation, with me, building a business, a coaching business, and actually doing a radio show and doing all this on my own and learning as I go along, and, other things that are coming to me. This is a new place for me. This is a new place for me. And sometimes, some days it does become overwhelming. With meditation and the other habits that I do apply to my life that I have talked about, it gives me that peace and that serenity. Well, some days, it can become so much for me that I have to sit back, not answer my phone, put it on vibrate if I have to, or put it in another room. If I hear it ring, I will not get up and answer it, and just sit back and just be still. It's about that stillness. It's about that quietness, and what it does, it gives us so much peace in our soul and in our spirits, where we can actually hear from God, or we can, feel his presence, where, he can tell us, the next move, or sometimes he may not tell us anything. He just may, just give us that opportunity just to sit back and just meditate on what his word says. Just meditate on what you read today in his word, of what you prayed about, and things like that, just to ease your mind, just to get you into that conscious state of peacefulness. It tells us in the word that he gives us the peace that surpasses all understanding. That means whatever it is that we're trying to understand, he gives us peace about it, and it surpasses it, which means it's a peace that's unexplainable. And when you go into that meditative state, where you're just sitting in stillness and quietness, TV off, everything's just off. Sometimes you may have to shut the computer off. I've done that. I've gotten off of Facebook for like 2 weeks, and people were like, what are you doing? You know, where you been? How you been? I needed that time to spend with God, because I was in a place of unfamiliarity where I needed to hear from him, and I needed that stillness in my life. And that's what meditation does for me. It gives me so much peace in my soul and so much peace in my spirit when it's time for me to come back and go back to doing the things that he has called and chosen for me to do. Then I'm able to do that at peace, knowing that he's right there with me. Even with ministry becomes so overwhelming sometimes. It's a lot to be a minister. It's a lot to be a preacher. You know, people look at you a certain way and don't think you're supposed to make mistakes and that you're this person. But I can tell anybody in a minute, I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of a female. Don't judge me based on a title. Judge me based on my character and my integrity. And sometimes that particular position that I'm in can be overwhelming sometimes, because people expect so much out of you when you're only one person. But that's when I have to go into that meditative state and ask God to help me, with it, help me get through it, help me, with this position that he has placed me in, because I didn't place myself in it, nor did man. That's something that God chose for me to do. So meditation is so important, and it's so important to apply to your life. It ties in with everything else, with prayer, fasting, believing God's word, reading God's word, sowing seeds. And this habit, which is meditation, is so important to apply to your life. And I advise you to study on it, to learn more about it. If you need to call me or email me, my contact information is here. Definitely do so, because I would love to get with you, to talk with you one-on-one about it, and maybe something we can do together, or I can give you information on it, because I'm telling you, it is something in your life that is so powerful. It is so powerful, and it gives you so much peace. And that's what I love. I love the peace. It's nothing like having a peace of mind. It's nothing like having peace in your soul when everything else is falling apart in your life. Something about your soul, when it's at peace and your mind was at peace, you're able to get through it. You're able to see it in a different way. You're able to see it as God sees it. You're able to give him glory, to know that he's going to bring you through. But that peace, I can't say it enough. That peace, we all need it. We all need it. We all desire it. We all want it. I can assure you can have it. But all you have to do is just apply this habit along with the other ones to your life, and I can assure you, you will get it. So be sure to get my book. Start applying this 6th habit to your life, which is meditation. I'm just praying for that peace of God to just surround you, to just overtake you as you go into a meditative state. And God will speak to your soul to give you answers to what you've been looking for. That stillness and that quietness, he'll be able to speak clearly to you, and you will be able to hear him so well. So again, I ask you to be blessed. Thank you so much for taking the time to look at this video on my 6th habit, which is meditation. I pray that it blesses you. I pray you start applying it to your life, and I pray you start to feel and see the peace of God overtake you in your life, and therefore it will pour on to others that you come in contact with. So again, be blessed. Stay focused. Continue to walk in faith. And until next time, I love you, and you take care of yourself.